You're back with Will and Al.
We're back with Will and Al.
Or Al and Will.
Al and Will.
Whichever. Because where there's a Will, there's Al. You know that.
I was waiting for that.
Hey, let's talk the Volvo XC40.
XC40.
T5.
T5.
Yeah.
T5.
Now, T5 is the important point.
I made a bit of a throwaway comment in the video that we did in the car about, giving up on life, and that's when you buy a Volvo because they humdrum, boring, Scandinavian, Norwegian, whatever it is.
Swedish.
And your life has just reached the point where I'll take that because it's a boring humdrum car. And I have to say this XC40 is everything that's not.
Everything but.
It is outstandingly different to
let's get
to the stereotypical.
Let's get a few stats out the way quickly.
Image. Yeah.
Let's get a few stats along.
That'll help.
T5.
Yeah.
2 litre turbo.
Petrol. Yes.
Petrol only from Volvo now. No more diesels.
I'm expecting a lot of kilowatts here.
Okay. 185.
That's a lot of kilowatts.
That's plenty kilowatts.
That's a lot.
350 Newton.
That's also quite a lot.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
7-speed automatic box.
Yeah, and that's smooth, eh?
Very.
Yeah. No, it's got all those features, okay? And all-wheel drive, by the way.
And you picked it up. Long gearing in 7th.
Very long gearing in 7th.
2,000 RPM at 120.
Just under 2,000
at
120 on the highway. That's diesel.
That's nice. But that's
really,
lovely for cruising.
Of course
that's lovely for cruising.
Of course it is.
It should reflect in the fuel consumption.
It doesn't.
Okay,
should we get the elephant out of the room quickly?
We've been doing a bit of town driving. I mean, you've taken
I
it
took it for a cruise on the weekend.
Yeah, and Mr. Leadfoot, Alan Rosenmeyer here managed to return figures of a dismal.
I was on 8.7 till Leadfoot himself.
8.8.
No, Mrs. R got hold of it. It went to 8.8. I was on 8.7. Then Leadfoot got hold of it and pushed up to 9.1.
It's not the lightest on fuel.
No, it's not.
But we have to.
No matter how hard I've been trying.
But we have to temper that to a certain extent with the fact that it's so much fun when you put your right foot down because the thing jumps and.
It's like a scalded cat. Really,
it's lovely, and we were debating whether it's a single turbo or twin turbo because we wanted to drive the car and not look up the specs. We still haven't looked up the specs.
We haven't looked up that one.
I think it's a twin turbo. You think it's a single turbo because I'm going with twin turbo because that throttle response when you get it to kick down is instant. There's no lag there at all. It's just shove.
When we do the written review and the official video, we'll confirm.
Okay,
we'll give you absolute on that. But let's just talk the car quickly, okay?
Color.
You've got to get the color. That grey is
metallic grey.
Stunning. It really is superb with a black roof.
Stunning.
Panoramic roof, of course.
Massive panoramic roof.
19-inch wheels on it.
What is with panoramic roofs? Everyone's got one.
They're all doing it now. Well, you like it, you don't. Who knows? Who cares? They're there.
They're there.
And they're there to stay as far as I'm concerned.
Nice wheels.
Yeah, very nice. 19 inches.
Yeah.
So it's got all those sort of features. The other thing about the XC40 is it's the baby SUV in the Volvo range. But it's actually deceptively big.
That's not baby.
It's deceptively big.
So we did a box test on loading it up
today.
Correct.
With a lot
of boxes.
And it took
just to see how many it could take.
Yeah.
And that thing is, what's the word? Cavernous.
Yeah.
Cavernous.
With the back seats dropped.
It is huge.
No, it is very big.
And the backseat drop function, I really liked. It's typical Scandinavian, Swedish attention to detail that when you pull the little lever, a little red thing comes up to tell you you've pulled the lever to drop the seat down. I mean, it's completely unnecessary, but it's there.
You know the other feature I picked up?
I like that.
I put the car back together again after you'd dismantled it to put your boxes in.
Thank you very much. That's why I keep you around.
So many cars, when you drop the back seat, when you put it back up, you've got to pull the seat belts, etc., because otherwise they get caught or tangled.
Yes.
On this one, they're on the side over there, out the way. You flip the seat up. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Don't even think about the seat belt. I just took note of it.
That's a nice little touch.
It's a silly little thing.
It's a tiny little thing, but it makes a difference, especially when you're loading things in and out of your
bag. Makes such a big difference.
Yeah. And the seats dropped instantly and they felt nice and flat.
Yeah.
And the back of them looks like it's durable. It's going to take a bit of wear and tear.
The interior of the car, it's got everything. I mean, we're not going to go through the list over here. It's got it all.
Don't have time.
It's got all the luxury spec, all the comfort spec, the tablet screen from Volvo. which has been around for quite a while and is nice, barring one fact.
That you can't get your fuel consumption.
The liters per 100 took you about 10 minutes to find how
Well,
to get that to show.
I didn't eventually. I just actually pulled up a temporary menu.
Well,
and
whatever it was, but you got it. Also, I'm still trying to find how to switch off the stop-start. A few things like that. But having said that, now let's be positive. Delving into the menus, which I only recommend you do when the car's stationary.
Yes.
But for example, multi-mode transmission. We were
Yes.
talking about that on the BMW in our last
Yes.
podcast.
Yes.
You've got, on this one, you've got eco, comfort, dynamic, and off-road.
And there's an
individual.
individual one, yes.
Now, I decided to play. I don't often do this, but I played with this one.
Okay.
And I went into individual. And then you go into the settings for individual.
Yes.
And for example, you can set, and I'm probably not going to give you all of them, but you can set throttle responsiveness, steering weighting, and brake responsiveness.
Is the steering electric on this car?
It must be there.
Yeah.
And all three of those you can set to light, medium, heavy.
Okay.
Or give it, you know what I mean by that, you know.
Sure.
So how sharp they are or whatever, use it that. So I set the car up, for example, braking was, I think, medium, steering was the heaviest, throttle was the most reactive.
Okay.
And I put it into that individual, save that as my individual mode. So what you've got is a mix of different modes to suit yourself.
It's very sort of BMW-esque, isn't it?
I would agree with you there, but
Yeah.
it's something that you don't get on that many cars.
No.
But it's just nice to, I mean, okay, we only get the car for a week, but imagine if that was your car permanently, that you could set it how you wanted it.
Yeah.
And
No,
just
that's
for example, the only thing I did find interesting was it saves my settings,
It's a really nice feature.
but you've got to, I couldn't find, maybe I missed it. I would like it to just automatically default to my individual when I start the engine.
So otherwise
I've had to click into it each time.
every time. Yeah.
But then again, maybe when the wife drives it, she can just drive it in comfort and it's fine.
And away you go.
So it could work both ways.
Sure.
So that really does work for me, I must say, and it's really
I
nice.
must say those menus are fairly intuitive.
They are,
It's,
yeah.
it's a case of the fact that we couldn't find how to turn off all the safety systems. Not that we want to, but if you wanted to turn
Yeah.
off lane assist, deterrent, warning, put your indicator on even when there's no road markings in the space type thing. Volvo have, I think, actively marketed their cars as being safe. And if you don't like it, don't buy our cars.
Well,
go
that's
somewhere
the point.
else.
Yeah. If you're going to get,
I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I still would like to be able to turn it off every now and then.
well, the lane keep or lane departure, whichever, was, we both found a little bit more aggressive than maybe we would like. So that's why you were looking to turn it off.
And you just get into the habit of using your indicators.
Correct. Yeah, you just override it with that.
Which is the correct way.
You should be doing
It's
in the first
Volvo
place.
training us to be better.
Yeah. The one spec that this car's missing that I couldn't understand was blind spot warning.
Yes, you're right. It wasn't there.
Well, I can't find it, that's for sure.
Yeah. No,
Yet it seems to have rear cross traffic warning.
I can't see anything on mirrors.
Yeah, there's nothing on the mirrors, so unless we've missed something.
I'm too scared to test that rear cross traffic.
Yeah, I know.
The last time it happened, it was it's violent.
But having mentioned that, I must say the camera system on the car is superb.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it really is. So you've got things like that just to add to the package.
So I mean, the car's well finished. There's no doubt about it. It's a comfortable place to be. It's a worthy contender to the Germans and maybe the upper range Japanese these days. And its list price is roughly
again about the 800 mark.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that about, please, because we'll give you a more accurate figure in the written, but again, it's one of those, the panoramic roof, I can guarantee you, isn't standard. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, electric seats, both driver and passenger.
Which is nice.
Yes.
And standard at that pricing point.
I would say so, yes. So,
hint somebody else.
Yeah, so there's a big plus point. Thank you for that one, Volvo.
Yes, absolutely.
5-year maintenance plan, warranties. You get all what you'd expect at that level.
Have you had a chance to test the headlights?
Actually, I haven't driven it at night. So answer, not yet.
Interesting.
Still got a few more days, but I actually haven't.
It was something. The reason I asked that is it's just something that crossed my mind the other day. Was when I was driving along, and the new LED headlights are transformative.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a case of I would spend willingly to make sure my next car has them on, just as a standard de facto practice now. It's not even an option.
No.
Whereas the bi-xenons, when they used to come out, were nice to have, and it was a massive.
No, look, the current new LEDs. I'll give you an example on that.
Unbelievable.
No, I'm going to mention another vehicle I tested recently, and I didn't mention it in the review. I forgot to mention was the Peugeot Landtrek Bucky.
Oh yes.
Which has LED headlights.
Yeah.
And I took it to the farm.
Yeah.
I came back after dark.
Yeah.
And every second car approaching me was flashing his lights at me to tell me to dim my lights when I was on dim.
Yeah.
It actually became quite irritating.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I'm not being a pig.
That's why these new LED active.
Yes, obviously
where they can
they actually
dazzle.
Correct. Or the sensing of the oncoming block. Yeah.
It's going to become standard.
Yeah. So look, that's a stage beyond where I was with that car.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm just saying, I actually felt like such a pig
because people were.
Everyone was like getting angry with me.
Yeah.
And I was. In fact, I stopped putting on brights and finished eventually because it wasn't worth the effort.
Yes.
And I didn't need them.
Didn't need them.
Yeah. And this was out in the country. I'm not even talking suburban.
And we're pretty sure this car's got LEDs.
This has got LEDs, I can tell you now. And if I'm not mistaken, can I stick my neck out a little bit? I think it's got active headlights as well. Yeah. As in the cornering.
Those are fun.
Yeah, those are
we'll confirm those.
We'll let you know on that.
We'll confirm those later. So just getting back to the ride of the Volvo, it rides fairly high up.
Yeah.
It's an SUV type thing. It's an all-wheel drive.
So you've got the safety
blanket there, and it has a fairly insulated cabin. I mean, we were talking at normal voice levels on the highway, no problem at all.
Not at all, and you won't have a problem with that.
You won't have a problem with that.
No, look, it's a luxury car.
No, and
that's where it falls. It falls into the premium luxury category.
Agreed. The big bugbear with Volvos.
Yeah.
Resale value.
Well, if you talk to Volvo South Africa, they're going to disagree with you, okay?
Of course
I've had discussions with them on that subject.
Jaguar disagrees with me. They all do. but I'm right and they are wrong. Well, which I'm very grateful for, because you can buy now a really good SUV. It's a fraction of the cost of the new if you opt for certain brands.
Well, okay, hang on. Cut that. We're reviewing the new car.
No, that was my point.
Okay. We are not reviewing
exactly.
a 3 or 5 year old car right now.
Or a 10-year-old.
Yeah. And we're not looking into a crystal ball to tell you what will happen in 3, 5 or 10 years' time.
Oh no, I love crystal balls. I love crystal balls because you've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. And when you get it right, you look like a hero. And when you got it wrong, well, you look like an idiot. So,
you can guess which one I will be and which one you will be, okay?
I'm telling you now, the resale values on those cars is going to improve. There's no way that it can't, because the car is so composed, so balanced. It is well engineered, as they always have been. But this one's exciting.
Well, that's what they've added.
This one's not appealing to the grey hair and blue rinse brigade anymore. It's appealing to a much younger market, I think.
Absolutely agree with you.
And it will hold its own there.
Yeah. You're 100% right on all of that. I know, I can't even argue with you. It's disgusting. No, this is actually terrible. I mean, I'm not happy.
I'll take it. Thumbs up for the Volvo. We end up there.
Thumbs up there. You got it. From Will and Alan Will. See you next time.
Ciao, ciao.